ain't great.
Yeah, not for Stephen, it's not.
Well, your references check out pretty well, mate, but, this is a very responsible position, so you can see why I can't be too careful.
Well, how do you mean?
Well, I can't help thinking about your prison record.
Well, I told you about that.
Yes, I know that, but, my business has a very heavy cash flow. You've got to put yourself in my shoes.
There are two kinds of con, Mr. Stewart. The kind who know they're never getting out and the kind who know they're never going back. I'm never going back.
Look, I'm not saying you'd try anything. It's just that you haven't got a lot of experience.
Well, I did my HSC equivalent when I was inside, and I edited the prison newsletter.
Yes, that's all very well.
I also know a lot about boats and did a correspondence course in navigation.
That's not going to help you a lot in a grog shop, mate. Look, I tell you what I'll do. I'll give it a bit of thought and, I'll get back to you.
Right, thanks.
Goodbye, Simon. I'm sure we'll see you soon.
Sure.
You're not going to hire that poor young bloke, are you?
Well, Elsie just doesn't seem to have the right experience.
Oh, come on, you hypocrite. You're down on him because of his record.
Well, a criminal record's a pretty serious thing, Al.
Your own wife has a criminal record.
Yeah, but this is different.
Oh, how is it different?
Well, I've got a responsibility to the town. I can't be seen to be encouraging a bad influence.
For God's sake, you're beginning to sound like Celia.
I better get to the store.
Alf, you promised Rue that you'd hire him. But here she is offering you an olive branch, and you're using every excuse not to take it. Hello? Yes, all right, Celia, I'll tell him. Yes, all right, bye. Celia wants you to come down to the store as soon as you can and give her a hand stacking groceries.
Groceries? I'm not having groceries in my shop.
You are becoming the most stubborn, insensitive...
Why? Because I won't let Celia put nappies all over my wine rack.
Yes, exactly. Since the fire, where else can people buy nappies?
Not my problem, Ailes. I'm not running a kindy.
It soon will be your problem.
I don't care. I am not having groceries or nappies or anything of that line on my premises, and that's final. Celia, what the hell's all this?
Oh, it's an inducement to buy vegetables. The youth of Summer Bay need their vitamins.
Yes, and the blokes of Summer Bay need their grog. Who gave you permission to build this baked beans and soup monstrosity in the middle of my store?
I thought you'd want to help out. It's the Christian thing to do.
Oh, I want to help out, all right. I want to help you out with this.
You'll do no such thing.
Celia, it's my store, and I'll do whatever I damn well like.
The entire town would starve to death in a drunken stupor if it were up to you.
Absolute rubbish. They can buy bait and catch fish if they're hungry.
Think of the profits, Alfred. Think of the extra business I'll bring in.
Oh, yes. People will be falling over one another to get to the washing up powder, won't they? Celia, I run a very successful little business here, and if you and your cronies hang around, I won't see my regulars for dust. Now, you, your baked beans and your cornflakes, get out.
Oh, the community needs me, Alfred. I'm staying put.
I don't want to sound like a professional whinger, but Miss Malloy's breathing down my neck for a decision on this foster child situation, and Tom won't even give me 5 minutes to discuss it. Look, why don't you let me look after Christopher for a few hours, and you go off and corner Tom over a quiet lunch, eh? You sure? Wouldn't be too much trouble. Oh, what am I saying? I'm going before you change your mind. Good girl. Anyway, Christopher's the handsomest little bloke, aren't you? How could he be any trouble? Talk to me again when you've got one of your own.
If you just mark the mistakes in pencil, then it saves me having to do the whole thing again.
Oh, okay. As long as you think it'll look professional enough. Good day, Alf.
G'day, mate.
You come for a bit of a look around, have you?
Well, not really, no. I just haven't had one of my better days, and I thought you and I were overdue for a feed and a few grogs anyway. Hey, Ruthie?
Dad,
That's the best offer I've heard all week. I'll just go and grab some cash.
Yeah, righto. How's the job?
Why aren't you giving Simon an answer? You promised me you'd hire him.
I told him I'd ring.
That wasn't the deal, and you know it.
I think you'd really better restart that from scratch, Roo, and I'll have a look at it when I come back, eh?
See you later.
I know, I was all for it, but... Well, then I got this promotion. I don't have time to spend with the kids I've got, let alone another one who, by all accounts, is a bit of a hard case. I don't know what Pippa's thinking, mate.
Yeah, then there's the money. You got any idea how much it costs to have a kid?
Yeah, we just had one. And now they want me to support another teenager as well.
I don't know how you afford it.
Well, the short answer to that, mate, is that we don't. I mean, we get an allowance for each kid, but it's still a miracle we manage to pay the bills.
When you get to our stage in life, you don't need any extra hassles.
No, I don't think I need any extra kids, either. I mean, I don't know what it's like to spend a quiet night at home with my wife. I don't think I'd know what to do if I did.
Yeah, well, the kid doesn't worry me. In fact, I'm looking forward to it. Celia and her veggies have moved into my store. I couldn't get to the Scotch if my life depended on it, and it often does.
Don't tell me she's moved in.
Yeah, she's driving me around the twist. Rue's whinging about her boyfriend, and Ailsa's supposed to be resting, and she's running around like a headless chook, aren't it?
Well, there is a solution, mate.
What's that?
Well, why don't you give Simon the job and take a couple of weeks off? That's going to put Rue back on side, and Celia will be his problem. And then Ailsa will get a bit of a break too. I mean, it'll solve all your problems.
That's not a bad idea.
Macklin Development Corporation? Yes, Mr. Macklin. Well, he's been gone for about 2.5 hours, so he should be back really soon. Yeah, I will. Okay, bye-bye. Oh, that was Mr. Macklin.
Where have you been?
I've just had a quick lunch with Alf. You better get him back for me, please, Rue.
Yes, sir.
Tom, we have to talk. I can't keep Miss Malloy waiting any longer.
Look, I'm sorry, love.
No,
I really
you're not
haven't got
sorry.
the time
Now,
to talk
Tom,
about...
listen to me. Under any other circumstances, I wouldn't dream of taking another child. But we're his last chance.
It's a bit melodramatic, isn't it?
No, it isn't. If we don't take him, he'll be institutionalized. I can't believe you'd turn him away.
Look, I'm not turning him away. I just haven't got the time to talk about it right now. Now, I promise you we will discuss it tonight, OK?
Oh, yes, you've got all the time in the world for a boozy lunch with one of your mates. But you can't spare 5 minutes to discuss a kid whose whole life might depend on your decision.
Mr. Macklin,
Look,
line
I've
3.
got to take this call, love. Just calm down, will you, please?
Oh, g'day. Didn't see the Burke outside. Must be getting an oil change.
It's not funny, Stephen. No, I've been thinking and I'm really worried Mr. Foley meant what he said.
What?
Well, I'm not worried that I'm going to miss out. Well, see, he told me that if Andrew doesn't go to the funeral, he's going to get cut out of the will.
Isn't he going?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I know he doesn't care about the money and everything, but, I mean, it's just such a shame that he's going to chuck it all away. I mean, he could always put it towards the youth centre or something.
Well, if he doesn't go, he's the biggest hypocrite out. He's the one that made me go to Philip's funeral.
That's different.
No, it's not different. It's not different at all.
Hello.
How's it going?
I'm very disappointed in this family.
Why?
No one seems to have time to discuss this foster child situation.
Oh, well, I did my bit.
Oh, not you. You know who I mean.
Oh, Christopher. Look, I'll change him, and if you want Stephen's opinion on the new kid, he's right here, right?
Right.
So what do you think?
Oh, it's okay by me.
You wouldn't mind sharing your room?
No, it'd be good to have a bit of company.
Sure.
Well, you and Tom gave me a new start. It'd be pretty selfish not to pass it on to somebody else.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, well, I'm going out. See you later. I'll get it. Hello? Yep, just a second. It's Miss Malloy.
Hello. Yes, I'm sorry I didn't get back to you earlier. Yes, we have. We'll take him.
Andrew?
G'day.
I was sorry to hear about your dad.
Thanks.
Got this problem.
Yeah, what?
I thought someone who was running a youth centre would have figured out that if you're not straight with kids, they won't trust you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Your dad's funeral. When Philip died, you said to get over the grief process, well, I had to go to his funeral. So I did. But why does that go for me and not you?
Well, that's easy. You see, you felt grief. I didn't. So just get off my back.
What makes you so special?
Grow up, Stephen. Do us all a favour. Stop taking everything so personally.